Want to know some secrets to how you get your kids to love to write? I'm working with a six-year-old. I'm working with a sixth grader as a tutor, helping him with writing. And when we sat last week, I gave him a sheet of 51 different characteristics. And they were in columns, and I said, just look this over and pick your top characteristic from each of the categories. And they're everything from compassionate and kind and loving and caring and courageous. And he was circling things like vigilant, courageous, paranoid, vigilant. And when we were done, we looked at the characteristics and I said, okay, I kind of see a theme. And then we talked about them. Can a person be vigilant? I go, what's vigilant? And he goes, kind of ready at a moment's notice for anything. I'm like, okay. Can a person be vigilant and courageous? He's like, yeah. Like, yeah. Can a person be vigilant and paranoid? And he goes, I think they can be. So we went on to talk about this, and then I gave him these other sheets. Like, you're going to get to build a character. This is somebody that does not exist. And this worksheet's going to walk you through picking things like, is it a man or a woman? What do they look like on the outside? What are they afraid of? What are they good at? All these things. So I let him work on that while I made myself a cup of hot chocolate. And when I circled back, I'm like, tell me about your character. And he goes on to describe this person with a name and an occupation. And he chose a soldier stationed in Afghanistan. I go, ooh, where's Afghanistan? He goes, Africa? I go, next week, you tell me where Afghanistan is. That's one of the things that you're going to do. But as he was talking, here's the thing. And I went, dude, you're talking about this person. They're real. This person didn't even exist 10 minutes ago. How cool is that? Today, I'm coming armed with camouflage jacket, different kinds of sand, books from about, remember his character's a soldier, books about soldiers from the first person perspective. I did this, I did that, to the third person perspective. Sergeant Jane did this, did that. I'm so excited. We're going to look at Afghanistan. We're going to look at the weather, and we're going to start to build the environment. But I want you to pay attention. Do you see the secret? The secret is to get your kids to write. They have to have their cup full. They have to have the ideas and the vocabulary, and they have to experience things with as many of their senses as possible. So he's painting a picture in his mind. I'm going to bring books and props to kind of give him some tactile things to latch onto. And then after we build that all up and fill that cup, then we're going to talk about, he doesn't know this yet, what kinds, see his character, he's fed me what he wants. He wants to write about a sergeant in Afghanistan, and he's built this whole persona already. So next will be, after we build everything up and he's got all this person totally fleshed out, then we're going to talk about, well, what kinds of things would this sergeant write? They would write letters home. They might write notes about where they're going. They might do map exploration. They might even need to write a mission report of something that happens, and then they'll have to report to their superior officers. So I'm going to lay those in front of him, talk about it, and let him choose which one he wants to pursue, leaning into the reality that all communication has the 3 no-nos. You need to know who that piece of information is for. So if his character's going to write a letter home, it's going to be written in a personal tone. If it's to a superior officer, it's going to be more formal. Who is it for? What is the purpose? And is there any specialized vocabulary? The secret of writing is to fill your kids up. Make sure that they have all of their senses. They can see it, they can hear it, they can feel it, they can smell it, they can taste it. All of these things. Make it exciting, and then give them a strategic prompt, and then let them go. The mistake that people make, imagine if this same kid, who is so excited about this character that he's already built, imagine if when he sat down, I said, here's a piece of paper, write me a story. Crickets. But he's already excited, and he's already going to do great, because his cup is going to be running over long before I hand him a piece of paper and a pencil. So fill your kids up, slow down, take the time to build it up before turning it into a writing activity. And here's the last pro tip. This type of thing, where you're building a character, you're setting the scene, you're touching all the senses, 9 out of 10 times, you can leave that activity right there. You don't even need to write anything else, because it's more important that your students, your kids, can be creative and imagine things than it is for them to sit and write a 5-paragraph essay perfectly. I would much rather have creative, unleashed kids than kids that can sit and just pound out an essay with no attachment to it. So that's it. Think about it. How can you wet your kid's whistle? For my student, the way that I started was with the list of 51 characteristics. He chose the characteristics that rose to the surface. And I told him that the next time we do this, he will very likely choose different characteristics, and another character, another person, another story will emerge. So you can grab a copy of that thing that I used with him to inspire him. It's listed somewhere around this video. And yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you're doing with your kids to inspire them. Make it fun, make it exciting, and unleash the creative writers inside your own kids.